full orchestra.
Are you the kind of performer that kind of goes back and sort of sits down and analyzes everything that happened that night, trying to find the little things? Or you just sort of like, it is a moment in time, it happened?
It's a moment in time. When I was younger, definitely I would obsess and I would dwell, and but you know, moments come and they go, but there's always going to be a fresh one.
Yeah.
We're always making new moments.
Let's talk about how you came up, because you're to me a great, like, sort of all-around performer. I did quite a bit of stalking online of you today. Yes, I did. And I saw, I mean, you do so many great things. I mean, you're just a full-on rocker. You're an author, an actress. You've done so many different musical settings. Mm-hmm. How did you become you?
I have this, it sounds kind of hippy-dippy, but I have a phrase that I always kind of say is, follow the yes. If everything in you is saying yes to something, even if it's terrifying. This terrified me, doing something classical, stepping out of my comfort zone.
Right.
If it's scary and but it lights you up completely,
yeah.
that's a yes.
Yeah.
That's a yes. And so I've had a really versatile and crazy path. It's been a non-traditional path for sure. Mm-hmm. But it's been pretty glorious. And I've made colossal errors and fallen on my face and made giant mistakes, but I don't ever make a decision based on fear. Yeah. It's always on, I might completely F up and fall on my face, but right. I'm going to try it.
Right. I've read somewhere, this guy named Stephen Pressfield, he's a writer, he talks about how when you are scared of something, when you fear something, that means you have to do it.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's the very thing that you should do.
And I'm sure that you're a fan of just the arts in general, and music. I mean, because to do so many things, you know, you're just not one person that's sort of focused on the one thing that they do, which I really appreciate.
No, I have ADD. I have to do like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Tell us about some of the things you're up to now. You have Pink Martini's doing some work?
Yes, okay. I'm on their next album called Get Happy.
Okay.
And that'll be out, I believe, in September. And then I'm touring with Pink Martini in July in the States and in September in Eastern Europe. We are, of course, going to Carnegie Hall with the Detroit Symphony, which is going to be
May 9th and 10th?
Yep. The very first time I'm going to set foot in that place is going to be on Thursday. I'm going to die! I am going to pee everywhere, so... Oh, my God.
Let's talk about your...
Okay, in my future?
Let's talk about your pre-show routine.
My peeing? Let's talk about it.
What do you do to get ready? I mean, first of all, I want to know how you prepared for this role where you play both parts, and then tell us what it's like maybe an hour before the curtain goes on.
An hour before curtain, I'm doing vocal warm-ups. I am making sure that I have all the lyrics firmly in my skull. I'm hydrated, drinking lots and lots of water. I feel incredibly queasy and nervous, like I'm going to die and have an intestinal event.
Right.
I make sure that everyone around is happy and good, telling jokes, being silly, and everyone's feeling good. And because I'm with the tenors, with the guys, and so we're a team. I'm just like, okay, are you guys good? You good? You good? Did you eat? Did you sleep? Kind of thing. And then just relax and just try to get your head in the game.
Tell us about preparing for this part that you just did.
You know, I did a lot of reading up on Vile's relationship with Lotte Lenya, and Lotte Lenya kind of was a bit of a nonchalant prostitute in her day. She was like, "What? I needed a coat. So the man had money and he wanted to something," and so it was there was a nonchalance about it. And then reading about Brecht, I just kind of studied about his leftist kind of hatred of capitalism. So I had to sift through so many layers of metaphor on this piece of anti-capitalist bent, and also, basically this woman is a split personality describing these terrible things her sister is doing, but her sister doesn't want to be a whore. The good sister is telling her to be a whore, that it's better. You're being sinful if you don't turn this trick. You're being proud. Pride's a sin. So I kind of just got super intellectual about it, and then I just went a little crazy. I decided to just sort of let that bipolar aspect kick itself in, where what would it be where a woman is making her fortune by selling her body for 7 years in this strange configuration, and to send money to her family. And so what is that? That is, she will do these acts but assume it is another, and assume the other from time to time.
Well, you're definitely one to throw yourself into a role of what you're taking on. I mean, when I've seen some of the performances online of you doing the rock thing, like a straight-on rock band, you're just so in that zone. What were some of the things that influenced you coming up in the rock world?
Oh God, just anything really. I wasn't necessarily, I mean, influenced by one band or one style of music. I went through phases of like punk rock, and but then when I was into punk rock, Chuck D and Public Enemy came along, and I was like, wait a minute, this is kind of amazing too.
Yeah.
And then Jesus Christ Superstar with Ian Gillan and classical music. I allow myself to be inspired by anything, even like, you know, some of the pop stuff that comes out.
Sure.
And
No.
what?
No, I say me too. I think there's inspiration in everything that
Yeah.
comes out there because it's just something to be consumed.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes through you and you throw something
And
out.
it can be so limiting. You know, I've experienced I'm just a tourist through the classical world at this point. I'm just getting my toe in. There's a really limited view in some audience members of what classical should be. It should be dead Austrians marching across the stage with dust and sadness and heaviness. And they look at me like some kind of neophyte threat to their status quo.
Right.
But, you know, there are artists like myself who have a deep respect for the classics, but also are deeply entrenched in pop and rock and classical. And that should be allowed. And when I was a kid, punk rockers were like, you can only listen to punk rock.
Yeah.
And heavy metal was like, we're metalheads, we're heshers, you
Yeah.
know, we don't like that crap,
Right.
you know. Girls are stupid,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of
I
mentality.
find that snobbery goes along a lot of different genres.
Oh, dude.
There's the rock snobbery and there's classical snobbery, jazz snobbery.
Oh, yeah, hipster snobbery.
Oh, totally. So
terrible.
it's you know, I like it when people can sort of get into all those different things and create their own sort of space in there.
Well, it's honest. I do this thing with my band. We play, I introduced this song as like, this is this really totally underground song that no one's ever heard of. It's really, I sing in Gaelic backwards. It's really weird. And it's Total Eclipse of the Heart. And we just start Total Eclipse of the Heart. And it does not matter where I am in the universe,
Right.
on this planet,
Right.
what kind of crowd is in front of me. They could be lumberjacks, they could be hipsters, they could be punk rockers, they could be hip hop guys. They're all going, and I need you now, tonight.
Yeah.
And they're kind of looking around.
Yeah, it's like, oh, wow, I know that
and their
song.
buddies are swinging beers going, oh, dude, yeah, dude. Turn around, bright eyes. And they know every syllable of that song.
Yeah, yeah.
So music just transcends. It doesn't matter. If like people tend to be snobbish and exclusionary and exclusive when they want to feel safe, when they want to feel like they're a part of something that's bigger than them, and they know who they are in the school of fish, and they're safe and they're there.
Right.
And it doesn't mean that they're wrong, but those people tend to accuse other people of being wrong.
Right,
You know,
right.
they're like, you like that, so you're lame.
Right.
You know.
And you don't play it safe, Storm. That's what's so fun about you. So you do all these different things. And
I just want to have
I
fun.
think that's
I
great.
just want to have a good time, and it was really fun tonight. What a
my
fantastic
gosh.
orchestra you guys have.
Oh, so great. It's so great to hear you with them. I wish you the best in
Thank
your
you.
trip. I wish we were going with you.
Oh.
But too bad. Maybe you can have some influence and get me out there.
Well, keep stalking me.
I will.
You'll
So
figure
much.
out where
Thank
I
you
was
so
at.
much. It was so great to meet you and
Thank you
hear
very
you. It's wonderful.
much. Thank you so
Wonderful.
much.
Thank you so much. Folks, Storm's not only making the trip to Detroit and New York Street, there's some students from U of M who are mentors of DSO's Civic Youth Orchestra, and they're heading there in a new Cadillac ATS to go to this performance. Check out this little video.